I will never forget my freshman year of high school. So much excitement, so many new experiences, and so much more stress than I had ever experienced before. I was loaded up with honors classes, because in my house, taking the hardest courses possible was the norm, and I certainly wasn't going to break that trend. So when I got my first report card, I was so proud. 3 A's, 2 B's, and 1 C. I had done the math. It was a 3.33. Not too shabby to kick off this high school career. But when I got home, the conversation didn't exactly go as I had planned. See, all that pride I felt in my grades was overshadowed by the opening comment my parents made. So, Austin, what are we going to do about that C? Immediately, all the energy was zapped right out of me, like I'd been punched in the stomach. I'd worked hard to get those grades. Sunday afternoons working on projects, late nights after football practice, studying, hours upon hours trying to do the best that I could. Why couldn't they see that? Why did they go to the lowest grade? Why couldn't they be as proud as I was? Reality is, all they could see was a C. As a professional coach and consultant, I see this exact same thing happen in the workplace every day. Hardworking employees in every line of business, manufacturing, nursing, sales, you name it. They give themselves to their job all year long, all in the hopes of getting a good review at the end of the year. Trouble is, that review conversation ends up sounding a lot like the conversation I had with my parents. Managers skip over all the good things that happened and jump right to the couple things they need to get better at. What a punch to the stomach. And here's the thing, even though they're the norm, the conversations don't really work. Imagine, if you will, this approach playing out on a football team. Let's take Tom Brady, for example. How would his annual review sound with his manager, Bill Belichick? Hall of Fame coach, sitting down to talk to Tom about the year in review. Okay, Tom, had another great year. You won the MVP. We went to the Super Bowl, but we threw a pass to you and you dropped it. So this year, 30 minutes every day after practice working on catching passes. That is what's going to make you the complete and total quarterback. That's ridiculous, right? Like Tom Brady's going to the Hall of Fame, not because he can catch passes, but because he can throw them. Asking him to work harder at catching passes every day is asking him to do something he's not the best person on the team to do. But that's the approach we take every day. I think we can do better than that. I think we can have better conversations. Parents to children, teachers to students, managers to employees. We can do better. Go with me for a moment here. I believe each human being is born to be a star. The points of our star represent those aspects of ourselves we love, those things we're great at, those things that come naturally to us. When our son comes home from high school with a report card and we focus the conversation only on the C, what are we doing? We're trying to fill in his gaps, pour something into him that may not be there. Managers, when we have a review with one of our employees and all we talk about are the things they need to fix, ignoring all the good things they did that year. Colleagues, when you have a friend or a colleague throw out an idea in a meeting and your immediate reaction is, that'll never work here. You're talking to a high schooler who's got really creative ideas and you tell them, come back to reality, conform to the standard norm. Or all of us, when we have that urge to stand up for what we know is right, but we don't do anything. It's not our place to confront authority. What are we really doing? We're taking these natural, powerful aspects of who we are and we're undercutting them, limiting their potential, all in some inadvertent attempt to be good at everything and trying to be well-rounded. But here's the thing, it doesn't work. In fact, decades of research would tell us the opposite is true. We should take these natural aspects of who we are and invest in them. Truly become great at them. When we do that, we can reap massive performance rewards. One Gallup study found that when employees got to use their strengths every day, they were 6 times more likely to be engaged in their work. And they were 3 times as likely to report having an excellent quality of life. When that translates through to a team, and teams can use their strengths, we see 12.5% greater productivity and 8.9% greater profitability. Because you see, focusing on our strengths, it's not just good for us, it's good for all of us. So let's imagine a different approach to the star. When our son brings that report card home, what if we start the conversation with the A's? What about those subjects do you love? What can we learn from that? As managers, when we're having our conversations with our people, what if we acknowledge the struggles, but focus the conversation on all the impact they created, all the things they did do? When we're talking to that creative teenager, what if we harness that energy and try to challenge the status quo and bring about change to our community? When a colleague throws out an idea that may seem a bit far-fetched, what if we use that to create a new goal for our team? And all of us, when we have that urge to do what we know is right, what if we took a chance, stepped out, garnered some support? What's happening now? We're no longer building ourselves into some fully self-reliant being. No, we're different. We're sharp. We're unique. This is what the world needs. More people embracing their imperfections. More people embracing their talents. Being sharp is being human. Imperfect, but talented. When we are on a quest to be well-rounded, we're on a quest to go through life without ever really needing anybody else, without ever having to depend on somebody else. To create the kinds of schools, families, and communities we want that can truly leverage what we each bring to the table, we've got to start by denouncing the fallacy of being well-rounded and lean into the fact that we are not great at everything, but what we are great at is unique, and it's needed to help those around us, because you know what? We're meant to help one another. We're meant to support one another. We are all imperfect, every last one of us. Don't spend your life on a quest to try to fill in your gaps. Thank you.